Hey, everyone! Do you feel frustrated when you don't understand a topic? Do you ever feel like your English sounds a little flat? A little predictable? Let's take a sentence. Like, I have never seen such a beautiful sight. It's correct, but it's not very exciting, is it? Now, listen to this. Never have I seen such a beautiful sight. See the difference? That little switch completely changes the tone, adding drama and impact. That, my friends, is the magic of grammatical inversion. And it's the secret weapon you need to make your English sound more sophisticated and powerful. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what inversions are, why we use them, and most importantly, how you can start using them correctly today to transform your speaking and writing. So, what exactly is an inversion? In simple terms, it's when we flip the normal word order of a sentence. Usually, in English, we say subject, then verb. For example, you are watching. But with inversion, we often put the auxiliary verb or helping verb before the subject. So, it becomes auxiliary verb, then subject, then the main verb. Why would we do this? It's all about emphasis. Inversions add a dramatic, formal, or even literary flair to what you're saying. You probably won't use them much when you're chatting with friends about your weekend. But in presentations, formal writing, or when you really want to make a point, they are incredibly effective. We'll be focusing on the most common type, called partial inversion, which uses those helpful auxiliary verbs like do, have, and be. Ready to build some powerful sentences? Let's dive into the most common structures. The first and most popular way to use inversion is with negative adverbs like never, rarely, seldom, and hardly. The rule is simple. Put the negative word at the start, then invert. So, instead of saying, I had hardly arrived when the phone rang, you bring hardly to the front and flip the subject and auxiliary verb. Hardly had I arrived when the phone rang. It sounds so much more dramatic. Here's another one. Instead of she had never felt so happy, we can say never had she felt so happy. It emphasizes that this feeling of happiness was completely new and overwhelming for her. Next up, we have inversions with only phrases like only after, only when, or only then. The inversion happens in the main part of the sentence, not right after, only. For example, look at this. He watched TV only after finishing his homework. To make this more emphatic, we start with the only phrase. Only after finishing his homework did he watch TV. Notice how we added the auxiliary verb did before the subject he. That's the key. It isolates the condition and emphasizes that the action couldn't happen before that condition was met. Let's talk about a structure you've probably seen everywhere. Not only, but also. This is perfect for highlighting two related points. The inversion happens right after not only instead of the standard she not only sings, but she also plays the piano. We make it more dynamic. Not only does she sing, but she also plays the piano. Again, we introduce that helpful auxiliary verb does before the subject. She too create that punchy, inverted structure. It just gives the sentence a better rhythm and flow. There's also a cool, slightly more literary type of inversion with words of place. Like under the table sat a cat. Instead of a cat, sat under the table. It paints a more vivid picture, doesn't it? All right, let's talk about a couple of common mistakes so you can avoid them. The biggest one is forgetting the auxiliary verb. People might say, rarely, I see him. That's incorrect. You need the auxiliary do in there. The correct version is rarely do I see him. The second mistake is overusing inversions. Remember, they are like a special spice. A little bit adds a lot of flavor, but too much can ruin the dish. Use them sparingly for emphasis, not in every single sentence. Now, it's your turn to practice. I am going to put a sentence on the screen. I have rarely seen such a talented performer? Pause the video and try to invert it. Ready? The answer is, rarely have I seen such a talented performer. How did you do? So, to recap, inversions are a fantastic tool for adding emphasis and a touch of class to your English. The key is to start your sentence with a negative or restrictive word like never, hardly, or not only, and then follow it with your auxiliary verb, then the subject. It's a simple switch that makes a huge difference. Now, I have a challenge for you. I want you to write your own inverted sentence in the comments below. I'd love to see what you come up with. If you found this video helpful and want more tips to level up your English, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.